G'day, welcome to a Farrier's life. This is the playlist all to do with the horse, the hoof, and what farriery is all about. So let's just start there. These are the bones of the lower limb of a horse. The lower four bones, including the navicular back here. It's all strapped together with rubber bands which simulate ligaments and tendons just to hold this together. But you can see they move. Farriery is a skill of maintaining this in the right type of angle, so that the horse is not getting sore. I mean, we keep horses domestically. They're not a wild animal. We've bred them for all different types of jobs, so we've changed the physical characteristics of an animal. They're very different from a wild form of animal. A wild form of horse, very compact, very durable. Nature selectively breeds. It's called natural selection. Is the breeding process of wild animals, where anything that has a conformation trait which is not conducive for it to get along and to live in its environment, they don't exist, so they don't pass on those genetics. Whereas we domesticated the horse and we started taking control of the breeding. So we would selectively breed. We'd take this horse and breed it with that horse, and would make it smaller, or would make it bigger, or would make it broader, would make it more muscular, would make it more light and fine and narrow. All kinds of different breeding characteristics we bred into horses. So there is no wild thoroughbred, there's no wild quarter horse, there's no wild miniature horse, there's no wild mules. These are all man-made, as so to speak. So, and then we obviously ask them to perform jobs which put a lot more stress and strain. We ask them to jump, we ask them to walk over rocky ground, we ask them to carry a rider's weight, we ask them to do all kinds of things which aren't part of what you would consider a natural life for a horse, for a wild horse. So that puts stress and strain on the ligaments. We also have brought them into captivity, so they're not ranging far and wide on semi-arid landscapes with seasonal wet seasons, predominant dry seasons. They're not eating the same sort of things that they would eat in that setting. So again, we've created a situation where the animal moves less. They're not walking on a variety of terrain which would help wear their hooves and maintain their hooves. We've taken them into all different parts of the world, like where I live now, New Zealand. There is no wild horses. It's a very wet climate. It's wet and humid and moist all the time, and that's not conducive for healthy horse hooves. So the job as a farrier is to interfere and to step in and try to compensate for all those challenges that we face when it comes to meeting the needs of a domestic horse. So if the hoof grows, the hoof does grow, and it's continuously growing just like your fingernail. If it grows too long, we have to come and trim it off because it's not being able to wear it off itself. If the horse is used a lot and it wears down his hoof because someone's riding them and is very active on their horses, and they wear their hoof down more than what it's growing, then we take a shoe. We take a shoe, whether it's a steel nail-on shoe. These days there's boots and glue-on shoes. There's all kinds of different technologies, but traditionally and most commonly, we take a shoe and we apply some protection to the bottom of the foot, so the horse can do what's required of him without going sore and tender and lame. So we do all these kind of things, and we're also compensating for deviations if a horse's leg is crooked like that. You know, he's going to wear this side of his foot more than this side. So we're going to have to trim this side of the foot. This side's getting worn, this side isn't. So that just gives you an idea of what we do, and we use basic tools to do it. These days we drive around from property to property to property. We go to the horses, as opposed to in the past the horses used to come to a workshop in the middle of town. But yeah, that gives you an idea of what a farrier is. So thanks for watching. If you've ever got any questions that you want to ask, just leave a comment. You know, what I want this whole YouTube venture to be is this sort of interactive experience where, you know, I'm sharing my experiences with anyone that's interested. People are asking me questions, then able to respond, and there's this sort of like reciprocal thing going on. The reward for me is I get the opportunity to share what, you know, a bit about my story and a bit about my experiences, and try to inspire other people to get involved in it. So I love that process of learning, and I'm grateful for everyone that has spent the time to share their skills with me via, you know, in person and via YouTube and via other forms. So I just want to participate in that process as well. So have a good day.